time to... Hey guys, so we just got home from Indy and the paper towns event. I'm getting really excited all over again just talking about it, but I'm extremely tired right now and I don't feel like I can be happy, energetic, and talk about it, which I really want to be, so I think I'm gonna hold off on talking about it until later on, like when I feel a bit better rested. The highlight was definitely getting to say good morning Hank, it's Tuesday for Vlogbrothers video, which was awesome. I'm so happy about that, and also seeing 19 Minutes of the Paper Towns movie, which was awesome. And I already freaked out about all of this stuff on Twitter and it being declared Green Day. It was just awesome. But I'm going to talk about more about it later when I feel more awake. And now that it's been like hours and hours and I've slept and everything since then, it like kind of feels like I'm not going to be able to do it justice. Like I'm not going to be able to be excited enough, but I'm going to try. If you follow me on Twitter, you saw that I like absolutely freaked out after the thing. But I don't have any footage from the actual events because they asked us not to film, and for the part of it with the movie especially, they were like walking up and down the aisles, like really making sure that no one was filming anything. So definitely was not going to film that, but even like before that I kind of felt like I just want to enjoy this and I don't want to mess with filming it. So other than like a quick thing where I filmed like the stage and some stuff in line when we weren't really doing anything because we were there for hours without doing anything, I literally did not do anything. Like I brought things to do, but I didn't actually do anything except sit there and like talk a little bit with my family and stuff, but not like anything significant, which is weird. It like actually, even though it was insanely hot and like really hot and miserable, the actual time that we sat out there did not feel as long as it actually was to me, which is crazy and weird, but it was awesome. I'm so happy about everything, and basically I'm gonna see if I can remember everything that happened. The first thing that happened was that Nat and Alex Wolf performed music. They performed 3 songs, and that was at the very beginning, and then they brought out John, Nat, and Halston, and like they were just out there like really briefly like kind of introducing themselves. I don't think that they really like talked that much about anything in particular at first, but they announced that they were going to show us 19 minutes of the movie, which was awesome. So then we watched the movie and it was so amazing, guys. Like so amazing. We like, obviously they were really strict about people not filming it, but basically the 19 minutes that we saw were Q and Margot's like night together, like getting revenge on everyone. We saw pretty much the entire thing, I think. Like that entire, it started with Margot showing up in Q's bedroom and ended with them like parting ways later that night, and it was so good, so good. Like I can't even begin to tell you, like Nat and Cara are perfect for their roles. So good. Like I'm not gonna lie, I was skeptical about Cara's casting at first. I haven't really seen her act in anything, but I know that she's a model first, and so that always makes me a bit like skeptical, not outright like this isn't going to work, but skeptical as to how well it's going to go. But she did a really good job. I still kind of feel like her American accent is awkward at times, but she's so good at Margot that really didn't bother me while we were watching it, and I'm just so excited for this movie. I was already excited, but I'm even more excited about it now than I was. And then after that they brought like John and Nat and Halston back out on stage and did a Q&A, which was hilarious. They were hilarious. Oh, I know what I forgot. Before we watched the movie, the mayor of Indianapolis was there, and they brought John out, like just John. It was before Nat and Halston came out, and I cannot believe I forgot this because it was great. well, first of all, actually, before that too, when John came out, he had us say good morning to Hank for a Vlogbrothers video, which, like I said last night, I'm really, really excited about because that was like a goal. That was like a bucket list thing that I can like check off now. And so that was really exciting. And like maybe, just maybe, I'll be visible. I was sitting in the aisle on the side that John like started off pointing the camera, so I'm like hopeful that you will at least like kind of be able to see me, but we'll see. But that happened, and then they brought out the mayor as a surprise for John. And the funny thing was, is after it happened, John was like, "I'm actually surprised," because he didn't think that when they said that he was getting a surprise, he didn't think that it was going to be a real surprise. Like, he thought it was going to be a surprise for the audience or something, not him. But he like legit didn't know that the mayor was going to come and declare it John Green Day, and it was great. And like it was great. But the mayor came out, he had like official proclamation that he read and everything about why John was like significant for Indianapolis, and he declared it John Green Day officially in Indianapolis, and it was awesome, and I'm really, really happy that I got to be there for that. It was awesome. But then like they came out and they introduced the clip and everything, and then after the clip we had the Q&A. I'm trying to think of like highlights from the Q&A. There was like all of it was great, like wonderful, but I can't really think of like, but I'm having like a hard time like picking out things. Let's see, there was I loved that they were talking about how Nat can't drive. Like, he had to get his license for the movie. He didn't have his license before, which I can relate to a lot, considering I only got my license in January. But also, he's apparently a terrible driver, and John made a joke about how the state of New York was wrong and Nat shouldn't drive, because apparently, like, 2 days before, he'd run into, like, a trash can and a wall. Both, I think they said. So, yeah, that was hilarious. Someone gave John a letter and Nat a Colts shirt, and he put on the Colts shirt, and that was funny. He immediately took it off because he said that it was hot. There were apparently 2 Colts players there, although I didn't actually like see them, and I think like an Indy car driver was also there, I think John said at one point. John gave advice for like aspiring writers, which was awesome. Obviously, like, I am an aspiring writer, and like, I feel like a lot of that was stuff that he's like kind of said before, but I still enjoy hearing that, especially since I did see John before at LeakyCon on like Young Adult Literature Day and whatnot, and so like there was talk about that back then too, but still. And I'm trying to think what else. There was a lot of talk about not idealizing people, like kind of like the theme of the entire book and movie. They talked about that a lot. They asked John at one point what like 5 things he wanted to be laws for John Green Day. So he listed off his 5 things. It was mostly like try to view people complexly as one of his things, and trying to see other people's viewpoints, especially those who are marginalized. I'm blanking on what other things he listed off, but I feel like if you watch Vlogbrothers videos or like know John at all, the 5 things he listed off fit really well. Like, they were things that you would expect him to say. And I think he made a joke about one of the 5 things being to go see Paper Towns. I feel like, I could be wrong, but I feel like he said that. Obviously, they plugged the movie plenty of times while they were there. Both times the cast came out, Nat came out first, and he forgot his mic, so Halston had to bring his mic both times. That was funny. There was some joking between John and Nat whenever people came up to ask questions, and they would say, like, this question's for John, or this question's, like, for Nat. And they would joke about, like, the other one would joke about being angry that the question wasn't for them and stuff like that. I'm trying to think what else. I feel like that's all like the major points. It's the things that are sticking out in my mind the next day, and I kind of feel like most of the time the stuff you remember the next day is like the biggest stuff. Everything else that you forget was like not quite as I mean, it obviously didn't stand out in your mind as much. So yeah, I'm still really tired. So I apologize for not feeling like, I don't feel like I'm adequately showing you how excited I still am about yesterday because I'm just so tired. I am more awake than when I woke up this morning though, so that's good. But if I remember anything like huge that I really want to freak out about that I'm forgetting right now, then I'll like film something about it really quick to like add on. But I also feel like I freaked out about everything on Twitter yesterday if you like go back and find my tweets, because I definitely tweeted a lot about how excited I was right after the thing. The last thing that I really wanted to talk about before wrapping this video up is I kept my bracelet and they put it on my wrist like loose enough that I could just pull it off without ripping it, which was kind of neat. But I want to keep this because I know some people are into like keeping things like that and some people aren't. But personally, I want to keep it and remember because this is what got me in and it was awesome and whatnot. But we also got posters and I think these look so cool. It has different quotes from the book on it, everything, and it's like a map, which is perfect for the book obviously. And then on the back it has put yourself on the map, use the hashtag and cherry picks and whatnot. And I did this like when we got it. I've tweeted like 2 pictures of this poster and put it on Instagram. I love this. It looks awesome. I think that they may have ran out later on in the line because some people towards the back of the line looked like they did. We were pretty close to the front in comparison to how many people were there, I think. We weren't like way up front, but I think we were in the first, like, we were definitely within the first like 500 people, but I think we were more like somewhere 200 to 300 or something like that. About like somewhere around there. And a lot of people like towards the end looked like they didn't have these posters, but they were also giving out like big movie posters, like actual movie posters, like with, when you see the movie poster, it was that. And they had a very limited, I think, number of those that they were handing out like randomly. They gave some to people who also had this poster, but to me personally it looks like they were trying to give those more to people who didn't have this. That's what it looked like to me, but I love these. It looks awesome. I am really excited. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this. I have so many posters. Like this one goes back and forth to school with me, but it's getting so beat up and I don't want it to get more beat up that I think I'm going to leave it at home this time. But I need to do something like with a lot of the posters I have, because I have a lot of posters that I haven't hung up because I was thinking about, because like I go from home to school and everything and it seems like so pointless kind of to hang them up, but I want to figure out something to do with them. But I love this poster. So I think that is all. I think I've said everything that I want to say about this unless I forget something, but it was awesome and I'm so happy that I got to go. It was awesome. But I will see you guys later. Bye.